Christina.
Hi there.
What are you going to make for us today?
So today I'm making a Middle Eastern deconstructed cheesecake, which I'm pretty excited about.
So what do we do to get going?
So first we're going to start off with our cherry compote. So we've got some freshly pipped cherries here, which are going to go in. There we go.
Just let me light that up for you.
Thank you. Perfect. And then we're going to go in with some caster sugar just for a little bit of sweetness. Perfect. And then we've got some fresh orange zest. It's just for a little bit of extra punch. I'm going to put in here. And I usually go a little bit heavy on the orange because more is better. There we go. And then we're going to go for about 3 star anise just here. There we go. And that's just for a little bit of spice. And then we're going to leave that on high and it's just going to bubble up and cook down. It's going to taste great.
What do you require from me? Do you want a little bit of orange zest here? Oh, you've already done
Orange zest is all good.
Okay.
Could you get the nuts organised
Get
for
them
me for
going?
the crumble?
Okay.
Okay, so and now that we've got our syrup coming to a bubble, we're going to add a bit of Grand Marnier. We're just going to do a small splash of that. Okay, and now we've got to the crumble section of the dessert, one of my favourite parts. And we're going to go in with some self-raising flour and plain flour, just so that it rises up and it becomes really fluffy. And we've got some light muscovado sugar for a little bit of caramel sweetness, so we're just going to add that to our crumble base. And then we're going to go in with some dark black sesame seeds, and that's just going to give a little extra added crunch. There we go, so in we go. And then we've got some blanched almonds, which are going to go really nicely with this dessert. Okay, and then we're going to add our chilled butter, and I'm going to do the rubbing method, which uses my index finger and my forefinger, and I'm just going to rub the butter in with the dry ingredients, and it's going to create a really nice creamy crumble. So we're almost there. We've just got a nice sandy crunchy texture, if you can see that there. It's going to be really nice with the soft poached cherries with the Grand Marnier. So we're just about to add this to the pan, which is nice and hot, and we're going to heat this through until it's nice and caramelized and brown. Okay, that's really hot. Now next we've got our cream cheese, and we've got a nice lovely goat's cheese feta, and I use a goat's cheese feta with the cream cheese because I find it adds a little extra bite, which is really nice, and just a little extra flavour I find. So we're going to add this in to our bowl, and this also has a little bit of caster sugar and some double cream, which we're going to add, and that's just going to add a little bit of lightness to the cheesecake mix and a little bit of lemon zest for some freshness. There we go.
You look quite zesty, Christina.
Oh, thank you. What can I say? I'm just that fabulous. There we go. Now that should be plenty. About half a lemon's pretty good. And then we're going to whip this into a frenzy, as I like to say. And then when this is just about ready, we just want to taste it for the right amount of lemon. And this is what we want to look for. Now we've almost got our crumble right to the spot we want it to be. We just want it to be quite dry. You don't want it to become soggy when you plate it up. So you want it to have a nice bite and crunch to it. So I think we're just about there.
That
and you
looks
can put
really
that to
good.
the side. Thank you.
What's next?
What's next? Well, thanks for asking.
Speaking to the spoon, please.
Speaking of the spoon, oh, my bad. So, next up, we have our cream cheese mix, which is looking fabulous, if I must say. And we're just going to give it a few more whisks, just to make sure that all the lumps are out. And that's looking pretty good. Okay. And now we want to have a nice medium-sized quenelle of the cream cheese mix. And we're going to put it just in the center there. And we're gonna let that set in the fridge for about half an hour, just so it has a nice creamy texture and it's not too soft.
And how are we going to finish this beauty off?
So, Dad, we're gonna go in with some really beautiful ruby red syrup. And we're going to spoon some of the syrup and some of the poached cherries onto the cream cheese mixture. And we're just gonna let that fall and drizzle itself down. And you just want a little bit, you don't want to have too much.
It's cascading.
It's cascading, exactly, like a waterfall. Perfect. So we're going to put one more cherry on there, I think. And then we're going to go in with some fresh blackberries. That's just going to add a little bit of sharpness to the dessert. And you can try raspberries if you're not a big fan of blackberries, but go your hardest.
It's looking sublime.
Live a little.
It's looking sublime.
There we go. And now we're going to go in with our crumble, which is ready and dry for us. And we're just going to crumble a little bit on the top here. And we're just going to let that do its own thing, cascade down, live its own life. There we go. And then we're going to put some really nice edible garnishes on. So we've got some fresh lavender and some delicious marjoram. It's going to go there. And then we've got some really nice fresh pink, just for a little pop of colour.
And not to forget the touch that I think is the most interesting about this is the olive oil.
Some really nice olive oil, and this is some of my Yaz olive oil, so it tastes absolutely beautiful with this dessert. I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on top. And there we have it.
Voila, ooh la la, fantastic. That's worthy of a taste.
I think so, don't you think so, Dad?
I do think so.
There we go. Got your spoon, Dad?
Yes.
We're gonna go in.
Sensational.
That just hits the spot. Well, thank you.